are we doing? I see D Live, the mosh pit, filling up pretty quickly today. How is everybody over there on D Live? I hope you're all well. Please share the link over there if you don't mind. Welcome to our friends over on Rumble. We usually get about, we got 50 of you already hanging out in the Rumble room. That's awesome. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being here. Give us a Rumble, a thumbs up, if you will. Share the link. Welcome to the YouTubers. Is YouTube up and going? I see 10 of you out there on YouTube. Oh, our long forgotten friends over on YouTube. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the first part of the show before we have to run away from Susan. Cloud Hub, Twitch, good to see you guys as well. I appreciate you all coming in and watching on some of those other platforms. I really, really appreciate it. Of course, we're in the comfy bunker, the Foxhole, our home, sweet home for WTPI. We absolutely love the Foxhole, and I appreciate you guys all who hang out there and chat and be part of that community. If you're out there in the Foxhole right now, do me a favor and say hello. Jump on in to the live chat over there. Say hi so I can call you out and acknowledge you for being here. As I always like to do to start off the pre-show before we officially kick things off at the top of the hour. A little hat tip to the wonderful community being put together behind not only this channel, but this app and this platform. I see Due Diligence in there first, as he so often is. Floyd, my man, how you doing, buddy? Deckard B in the house. Deckard B and Floyd kicking it. G Ross also there. Deckard B hooking us up with the can. Says happy Friday, WTPI fam. Made it through another week. Yes, we did, buddy. Thank you for the can. G Ross hooking us up with a cookie. The Joyful Lily mixing it up early as well. I see Timar in there. What's up, Timar? How are you? Let's see. Tom Ford, we all know where he's checking in from. Commie, New Jersey. Space Cookie 1, Rosary Mom, and Zoe as well. Good to see all of you guys, all my early birds. All this conversation I'm scrolling through here happened before I even went live. Fazik, what's up, Fazik? Good to see you. Oilman, what's up, Oilman94? Really appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. USA Landshark, Steve B in the house. We got Sherry Pittsburgh and 2A Freedom Rider, Laura Y, all of them right in my backyard. I hope you guys are staying warm and toasty. Delia EA down there in Arizona. We've got some stories coming out of Arizona that are kind of interesting. We might get to cover today. Off the Leash, thank you for the can, says Ben Lurking. Good to see you off the leash. Did I say hi to Fazik yet? If not, there you go. Diane Brodeen, Gatorman, and Dale Bercier checking in from North Dakota. As always, Not My President, Hang 10 Alien Surfer, Denise L. Good to see all of you out there. D Patriot 1776, Barb Robbins, and see you on Flipside. Awesome. God First, We the People out there, always in Texas. Dog Nuts 10 and Zoe. Tombstone, what's up, Tombstone? Haley 61, Jay Brewskis, Facts Not Fear, and CK Whitehorse. Man, we got everybody out there today. Ghost Pepper and Paul Thaddeus. We got D Patriot 1776, Diane Brodeen, Full Mental Alchemist says honk honk Trudeau. Yeah, I bet he's got a bit of a headache by now. Dondo, what's up, Dondo? Let's see, Amos, Luann V. Am I missing anybody? Fisherman 12, Christina Fontana, good to see you. Secrets, Brian, welcome, buddy. Always good to see Secrets out there. You guys might even know him as Off and On if you go back long enough. Seabass, good to see you, Seabass. I hope you're well. Michael V. Laura QAnon, good to see you as well. And thank you for the shades. It's happy Friday, Adel. Happy Friday to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much, Laura. D Patriot says the honking will continue until freedom improves. Absolutely. Sweet Pea, good to see Sweet Pea out there. Poonslayer, Seize the Day 911, Patriot Drummer, and DLR Patriot. Off the Leash says good job on the video. I didn't make that video. I don't know who made that video, but we do appreciate them putting that out there. And thank you for the can. Maxanon, good to see Maxanon. I saw Rise Attire poking his head in there too. So we got the Rise crew in the house. So good to see all the guys from Rise Attire. They got some sweet new stuff on their website, by the way. Awesome new throw blankets. It's a Pepe blanket. If we have some time, I'll show it to you guys later, but it's a sweet Pepe throw blanket. on riseattireusa.com. You guys got to go check that out. There's the Foxhole Bunker one. There's a really, really cool Pepe one. Shout out to our friends at Rise. Q Freedom and Matt, one of the Matts in the house. Good to see you, Matt. I hope your travels were safe. Hook us with a ship. Says we're writing this ship, brothers. Stay strong. Never doubted you guys even for a second. Flawless in USA. Welcome. Mountain Dog Boy says rock on. Truckers everywhere. Thank you for the cookies. Seabass, thank you for the shade. Says hello, dear. Happy Friday. Seabass, I really appreciate you. Tweety52, welcome. Rach GC25. There's Rise Attire. PJW, Navy Vet, and Tracy S, not my patriot, or not my president, not my patriot, not my president. Liana Wilbert out there. Ryan, our cloaked unseen, says the Eliminator is a trademark owned by St. Clair John and filed Friday, June 19th, 2020. KED2 Q Post. Thank you for that, Ryan. Ohio Kimmy says good day 412 and have a wonderful weekend. I will do my best. House Rat and Patriot 714. Navy Vet says cheers, Adel. It's Friday. It sure is. Cozy Bear, thank you for the can. Smalls TN. Pappy 45. Rasta, holy crap. Everybody is here today. My God. Tea Cake 77. Dolphin 72. Ohio Kimmy. Texas Beauty, Scorprat 05, Jane Jetson, SMR Patriot, Roy, Stones and Bones, Red Pill Ken in the house. What's up, Red Pill? Ellie Mayslayer, Nesser Cat, Crazy Eyes 999, Philly 365 Garden, Par 5, FVT. All one leg. On Stano, I'm about to give up here, guys. I'm already 2 minutes past. Cage Farmer, Range Pony, Incorruptible Guardian, Crazy Eyes 999 says, good day, buddy. Thank you. Michael Hill with 1,000 gold pills says, what's up, brother? Looking forward to a good podcast. I hope I don't disappoint, man. Lippy 430, thank you for the shades. Dognuts 10 says, can't believe YouTube is doing replays of Texas rallies. Yeah, it is kind of surprising, to be honest. John Wayne Rongley Jr., welcome. PNW Squash, good to see you. Our Cloaked Unseen says, forgot Q Johns, Q Deeliminator, Diaruthium, depleting process for H2O. Remember what follow water Q drops. I remember the follow the water. There's a lot of different decodes around that. Thank you, buddy. Lippy 430, thank you for the shades. Dognuts 10. So, read that one. Carenza with the can. Thank you. Mark Lanon with the cookie with the salute. All right, guys. I apologize to anyone I didn't get to. There's just so many of you. Tesla Dub, I see you. Tony Animal. We got completely run over by a number of people checking in today. Not surprising, or not expecting so many so early. Matt, thank you for the cancers. Cheers, 4-2 on Smooth as Butter show. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this started before I lose any more time here.
This is a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, reclaim control over our government. The economy is roaring. The ISIS caliphate is defeated. They tried to divide our country, to poison the national debate, and to tear up the fabric of our great democracy. Our movement took on the political establishment, the corrupt media, and it's never been more corrupt than it is today. They wanted to destroy a movement like our country has never seen before. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation. They've never taken it away from us.
Yo, what's going on? It was quiet when I got here, but now they're starting to beat. They're starting to make some noise. Now, I get it. I saw some comments saying that you want to go from 9 to 5 and you want to turn your horns off and you want to, be respectful and play the optics war, and you've done all the math, man. I get it. We've done everything. Every piece of garbage has been picked up. Statistically, there is no crime. And when I mean statistically, if you have some drunk guy acting, silly on one street, quickly gets, talked to and then the Patriots take him back to his car and maybe there was some incident of mischief. I've heard reports of Antifa throwing rocks at trucks, tagging stuff. They're the ones committing the crime. But other than that, this has been the most well-behaved revolution on earth. And now the big complaint is, can you get them to only blow their horns between 9 and 5? I'm sorry. What has complying got you guys so far? What is just little by little? Oh, just do this. Yeah, just don't beep your horns between 9 and 5. That's all we're going to ask. Then wear 2 masks. Then just go right back to square one. How about you put your blame right where it belongs, right in the eye of Sauron, and that's who we handle this with. End every mandate. We're not allowed to exist in society. I'm not allowed to go to a movie. I'm not allowed to go to a restaurant. I'm not allowed to leave the country. You can't even leave. You can't travel on planes. You can't do anything that Trudeau can get his fingers on to discriminate against us in society. Meanwhile, he'll blame us for side effects of his guinea pigs. It's an insane world, and you've complied long enough, guys. End the madness and the horn stop. But I am in no place to go tell these guys, oh, excuse me, can you turn your horn off? Can you get used to complying again? We want freedom. We're not asking for anything unreasonable, and we're doing it on your behalf. The least you can do is turn off your televisions and stop letting their horrible objections to this revolution and their horrible false flags and whatever else they bring. I'm sorry about the noise complaints. Now, are you sorry about banishing me from society and treating me like I'm some sort of leper because I want to keep my immune system intact? Sorry, guys. The horns are staying. Stuff it up your ass, anyone that has a problem with loud noises. We have a problem being banished from society.
Stuff it up your ass. Anyone that has a problem with the loud noises, we have a problem with being banned from society. And that right there is a very polite people that have had enough. And they have found a brilliant way to basically handcuff the establishment. And man, is this exciting times. Very, very exciting times. The worldwide revolution is upon us. It's Friday. We are wrapping up another week of news, nonsense, and of course, deplorable discussions. I'm riding today with my OG crew 2.0. My name is Adel Nero. Most of you know me as 412, and I've got Drunk Pinata and Tennessee here with me the next couple of hours hanging out. Drunk Pinata, happy Friday, dude. How are you?
Doing all right. I think there was this really smart and talented philosopher, AOC or AOC or something like that said that the meaning of protest is to make people uncomfortable. So I don't know. Just
the great AOC. The great philosophical mind, AOC. Wonderful. Good to be with you, Drunk Pinata. I hope you're having a good Friday so far. Tennessee Homesteader, how you doing, man?
I tend to agree with the people in Ottawa that they should only honk their horns between 5 and 9.
5 and 9, 5 p.m. and 9 a.m.
Exactly.
I love it.
I'm a little dyslexic. What can I tell you?
No, I do love it. I love it. The fact that there is just absolutely no quit. And from what I understand, the support that these truckers are getting is really wonderful to watch. You know, just all over the country. You saw it, and
more people are showing up. They're now becoming a rally point because there are people that didn't go to weren't in the caravan on the convoy, but are now going to Ottawa.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got Breaking Spectre in the house too. Breaking Spectre, happy Friday, dude. It's great to see you, man. You might be still connecting, trying to get off mute. But there he is. What's up, Spectre? Happy Friday, bud.
What's going on? How goes it on a Friday afternoon?
Doing fantastic, man. Just enjoying the convoy and the protests in Ottawa. Just started off. There was a great video that we played of the guy basically saying, "You want us to only blow the horns between 9 and 5? Yeah, GFY. That's not happening." It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, the mantra that started as of last weekend, listening to the guys, is that every 30 minutes they blow the horns for 10 minutes. And
I love it.
if you listen to the presser the other day, what was one of the things that people were complaining about to their city council members? Oh, we can't stand the noise.
I love it, man. This is so peaceful yet so effective. This is how you break them. Peaceful non-compliance is a beautiful, beautiful example of it.
And by the way, they started in Helsinki, Finland today too.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Awesome. We know that they're organizing here in the United States as well. So the trucker revolution is upon us. It's going to be fun to watch that continue developing. But thank you guys for being here. We've got an awesome panel. It looks like today, Pinata, Homesteader, and Spectre. Live chat has been popping since I hit go live. So why don't we go ahead and get the housekeeping stuff out of the way and jump into much of the news and discussion I want to cover today. Let's start with our friends over at Earth Garden Botanicals, earthgardenbotanicals.com. Absolutely love Jolene. You guys know her as Earth Garden Living, but Jolene and all of her products. Jolene is a herbalist and a health coach. She creates these homemade wellness products that she sells in the state of Montana. And she's been growing her business online through this community, through this sponsorship, and we're really proud to see the success she's been having. You guys, these products are top notch, especially the CBD oil, which is all grown locally, small organic farms. That local relationship with the farmers allows for an amazing price point at a ridiculously high-end product. Those of you that have tried the CBD oil will back me up on this. There's really, I don't think any other brand that matches the quality for the price. I don't think it's out there, at least none of the other ones that I've tried. But the flavors are unbelievable. Orange ginger bergamot, huckleberry, cinnamon bliss. There's a cherry and a few others. Even the unflavored is really awesome. If you like the taste of the herb, even the unflavored is really, really fantastic. It's just so pure. There's a version for pets, which works great. I've used it on my Beagle Gunner. He's an old man. The topical, the arnica salve with the CBD infused is really awesome product too. The elderberry tonic, amazing for your immune system. Fire cider will clear you up if you're congested with your sinuses or upper body in general. The critter juice is an incredible insect repellent. Those of you down south still dealing with the mosquitoes, give this stuff a try. Those of you up north, have a few bottles ready for when the weather breaks and you get out there and start doing the camping, hiking, bonfires and whatnot. This stuff is an absolute lifesaver. If you're anything like me, mosquitoes just love the taste of you. Anyway, all these products are available for 10% off at earthgardenbotanicals.com. Use promo code WTPI, get you 10% off your order. And just let her know that you're from the community. She loves hearing from you guys. Also, we have one of the most America First businesses I've ever had the pleasure of working with, DiamondSoapCo.com. I absolutely love this company for just so many reasons. First, veteran owned and operated, family owned and operated. Harold and Laura, Air Force Intel vets, been married 30 years, and all of their products, their soaps and body butters are made right here in the United States, handmade right here in the United States with all natural organic ingredients. It's a super high quality soaps and body butters. They smell and are great. They're moisturizing. They're fantastic. I was saying, normally I'm super itchy. I get super dry skin in the cold winter months. And, this is the first winter I've used Diamond Soap Co's products. And I got to say, my skin is in much better shape than it usually ever is this time of year. Still a little bit itchy from time to time, but by comparison of last year or years past, it's absolutely no comparison. All these soaps are available for 17% off using promo code WTPI17. And I love this because this is just one of those things that we all use every day. It's typically purchased mindlessly from big box or Procter and Gamble and big manufacturers like that, these corporations that rule the world. This is just one of those simple things that you can kind of change your buying habit on and start to vote with your dollar. So there's just so many reasons to love Diamond Soap Company. DiamondSoapCo.com. Please go check it out. And again, promo code WTPI17 for 17% off your order. And we got one more. We'll take care of the last one here. At around the halfway mark. I'm going to quickly, I see these piling up, just run through your super chats real fast here. We have Gator Man, thank you for the cookie. Pamela Roll says, awesome. We're all here today. Yeah, we are. Floyd says, today's safety advice, don't play bumper cars with a bus. Yeah, no kidding. Belushi says, Belushi sent us. Thank you for the cookie, dude. Joan of Sark tossing 3 cookies our way. Good to see you, Joan. Our Cloaked Unseen says, D Eliminator equals Deep State Eliminator. Lee 2 Q Post 602, a video Trump's famous speech before elected president. Thank you for that, Ryan. Mike Montana says, happy Friday, 412. Thank you for that. Kaz says, UK convoy starts tomorrow. Awesome. Although aren't all your restrictions already lifted? Maybe you guys can circle your capital to get your gun rights back or something like that. Boys Blanc 89 says, I used to think Spectre was 412. LOL incognito. That's kind of funny. Although I don't think we sound anything alike. Deborah R says, a sweet treat for a sweet team. Happy Friday. Thank you for the cookie. Missborn in the house says, can't do EMPs tonight. Building up for supporting ourrescue.org rise approved. Missborn, you've done so much for this channel. I don't I don't expect you to drop anything at all, buddy. You've been extremely generous. Thank you for being here and hanging out, man, and I appreciate you supporting good causes. Texas Q Patriot, thank you for the can. Askwatch says, thank God it's Friday, got clearance to run the interference. Thank you, Askwatch. And then Jane Jetson says, woohoo, over 1,000 on Foxhole. We have 1,000 watching already on Foxhole. That's really, really awesome. That is really, really awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. All right, let's start with some fun news here. Liz Cheney has been officially censored by the RNC today, overwhelmingly, an overwhelming vote. I saw a video of it on Twitter. I was going to grab it, but I was like, what's the point? It's really nothing to it. It looks like it's Ronna McDaniel up there. It says, everyone votes aye for the 5 resolutions, and the whole room basically explodes. There was a small contingency of no's, but largely the entire caucus voted to censure Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger for their role in the January 6th committee, going along with this absolute nonsense. So this is, I feel like this is like kind of another step that we needed to see, right? It shouldn't have taken this long for the RNC to react. The moment that Nancy Pelosi refused to allow Jim Jordan and a few other select Republicans on the committee, only to hand select Cheney and Kissinger, those 2 should have been censored the moment they agreed to go along with it at all. It took way too long, but I'm glad it's done. And, the Republican Party finally looks like a united front against this absolute witch hunt that is this January 6th committee. So that makes me pretty happy to see. Do you guys have any thoughts on this? I mean, I know it's largely a symbolic gesture, but I think a necessary one. I was pretty happy to see this come down the pike today.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
So, I mean, it's not like it's they're not kicking her out of the caucus. I think that's really what they should do, is no longer allow her to identify as a Republican, basically force her into being an independent or kick her ass over to the Democrats.
But that would have to be McDaniels, I think, that has to do that.
I think
chair kick her out of the party.
Well, I think that's who put this vote up to begin with, to censor her, was the RNC chair. So yeah, she would have to, or there would have to be, I don't know how it works. Typically these kind of things, like you have someone bring up a motion and then there'd be a second or a third or whatever. And then if that's the case, then there's a vote. So I think it's a good step. It shows a level of unification against this move from, Pelosi and the deep state, which is great. But I think a much stronger message would be to oust her altogether, to remove all funding, to remove all association, to remove all branding. You are no longer a Republican. And I think the only reason that her, and by association, Adam Kinzinger, is allowed to stay is because of her last name. I think there's still some element of the Republican Party that views Cheney as like a dynasty or an important name to associate with. So they go with the slap on the wrist rather than complete dissociation. Although, I think this is exactly what we need to start doing is, saying, you know what, the Cheneys of the world need to be excommunicated from the party. They no longer represent the values, that we try to uphold here. For crying out loud, every Democrat on the floor when Cheney was there, Dick Cheney was there, a few weeks ago, came on January 6th, came to shake his hand and, pay respect. Think about the way they talked about him when he was, holding office, right? It's really, really illuminating watching this whole thing go down.
It's so obvious how duplicitous they are.
Exactly. So, did someone else about to jump in? I thought I heard someone else about to jump in. So we have the first real unified movement from the Republican Party against us. It's not just Donald Trump and a few firebrand Republicans. Now the party itself stands against the January 6th nonsense, and I think that's good. I think that's positive momentum, and I think it's showing the direction of the Republican Party is, it's still very much Donald Trump's party. And it's going to continue, I think, to embrace more and more America first and MAGA values, as we get closer to the midterms, and it becomes more and more evident that is probably the way to go. There was another article here. It says, disgusting, liar Chris Wray denies FBI is taking January 6th more seriously than 2020 BLM Antifa riot. So Biden, Pelosi, and Democrats and their fake news media want you to believe the January 6th protest in Washington, D.C. was the most violent insurrection in history. They said it was bad as the 9/11 Islamic attacks on America that killed 3,000 innocent Americans. What they don't tell you is that the protests were mostly peaceful, and the protest was caused minimal damage under their government until their government fired on them with flash grenades, tear gas, and rubber bullets without warning. In June 2021, the mainstream media reported the estimated damages from the January 6th protest came out to about 1.5 million. All right, so the Black Lives Matter Antifa mobs caused over $1 billion in damage in cities across America since May 2020. In Minneapolis alone, Black Lives Matter mobs damaged or destroyed over 1,500 businesses or buildings in the 2020 riots. Excuse me, I'm struggling today. The point being, though, is Christopher Wray was asked about this, and he said he's absolutely not taking the January 6th riots more seriously than Antifa in 2021. But this is what doesn't make any sense to me, right? Because we've seen when talking about January 6th a desire to find a conspiracy, right? They're trying to create a seditious conspiracy where there is none. They're bending over backwards to hide certain, security footage or communications between certain people, and paint this as something that it's not, right? They're subpoenaing not just Christopher Wray, but I'm just saying the establishment in general. They're doing everything they can to make it look like a coordinated event. But when we talk about Antifa, what does the left say? It's not an organization. There's no organizational structure to it. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. How do you investigate an idea? How do you prosecute an idea, right? And it's crazy to me. Go ahead, Spectre.
Do ideas necessarily generate 60 million in a coffer that apparently people donate to, that nobody's in charge of?
Well,
I don't know.
Ideas like those tend to have mostly peaceful bonfires.
Because I got some ideas, but I don't think I've ever had millions of dollars attached to it.
Yep. Or billions in cost, right?
Yeah.
Millions coming in and billions going out.
Yeah, it's I wish they would just be more honest about it. Like, yeah, we feel that, what happened at January 6th is more of a threat to our way of doing business here in this country, or we felt like that was more directed at interrupting our democratic process and our way of life. But to say that they're taking it, them equally seriously is an absolute joke, because they won't even acknowledge the one organization is even an organization. So it's just so messed up.
Well, see, here's the difference, 412. January 6th was against, I'm going to put on Ray's hat, right? January 6th was against us. BLM was against you. We don't care.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. They did not like at all that, their little protected class of, or their protected building, their little temple of evil that is the Capitol building, had the unwashed masses through it when they didn't want that. They didn't like how close it got. They could care less if your mom and pop shop is burned to the ground, or everything you've ever worked for, everything you've ever owned is destroyed. If your city and community out of reach and out of sight of what they look at every day, if that all gets burned down in the name of their political agenda, that's just mostly peaceful. People will do what they do. Honestly, they're surprised more people aren't out on the streets. But the second you so much as breathe on one of their temples of evil, that's when the barricades, the fences, the military need to come in to protect it all, right?
Well, yeah, and it also, I'd have to say, it scared the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I think,
Well, not all.
I think it was for quite possibly, because I mean, look back in the history, so to speak. Although you had the Puerto Rican group as well as the Black Panthers and all, but really, I think even beyond the incitement and the people that were the embeds, I think it scared the shit out of them. That could really, they could really be strung up. That the whole I'm on a pedestal and I'm untouchable, or the people have us in such high regard that they're never going to do anything to us. I think that fell apart. I think that facade fell for them. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, they're definitely. I could definitely see that. Because I mean, you even saw like with Lindsey Graham, right? Like his response to it. You have guns. We give you guys guns. Use them. I mean, he literally wanted them to open fire on the people that were walking through the Capitol there. Just mow them down was Lindsey Graham's response. I mean, unbelievable. Do you guys have anything more you wanted to say about that? I don't have much else on that.
I think Spectre wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say real quick too, if they didn't like you on January 6, 2021 with, I don't know how many thousands or millions of people might have been there, boy, they sure as hell aren't going to like you 15 months later when a pile of trucks just lock down the frickin' city and make it to where you can't move at all. So if they're scared because of people that were unarmed and, had a little infiltration by the Antifa BLM types, just wait till March time frame rolls around here and we'll see what gets done.
I think you'll probably start seeing in February the mass exodus. The tail end of this month, the mass exodus out of Washington from the elites and those on Capitol Hill and a lot of K Street.
I think so too.
Exit. Yep.
Yeah.
The Beltway this would be the time until the truckers arrive. That would be the time to be on the Beltway.
I was talking about this with Dilly and Frank yesterday. Forget going to DC. Shut down the fucking Super Bowl. Go surround LA.
Did you see that? Speaking of that, did you see that they're lifting the COVID guidelines for the Super Bowl? Now, it's all about your health, right? Saying it's about the money and all that, but yeah, it's true. It's about that. But the sense of it all, again, the most awesomest, smartest virus that knows the Super Bowl. Therefore, they can lift the whatever they're doing in LA.
It knows,
mask mandate.
It knows the Super Bowl. It knows when people are crossing the border. It knows when people are protesting for social justice.
Yes,
it is
like Santa Claus, except better.
Yeah, right.
Yes. I mean, it's amazing what that little bug will do.
Yeah.
It's just,
I would love to see that they're like going back to shut down the Super Bowl. You want to get the attention of this country? That's like the biggest televised event in the entire country.
Where are they playing it, by the way? Do you know?
It's in LA.
I know, but where? The Rose Bowl, the Coliseum?
Oh, I
don't know where it's being played.
I don't know. I don't know that much about it. I just know it's 2 weeks from now. And if you really want to get the country's attention, shut down the biggest televised event or make it unattendable. Make them hear the horns through the stadium, through the entire broadcast. Could you imagine that? They're sitting there trying to have the broadcast and they can't drown out the sound of the horns outside the stadium. And how are they going to explain that? How are they going to explain that? I think that there's a major opportunity with the Super Bowl coming up. You could have some fun with that.
I didn't know that there was a new stadium in Inglewood.
Yeah.
In Inglewood. Oh my God.
I think we're about due for a new hashtag. New stadium,
but Inglewood is not exactly Pacific Palisades.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the new hashtag is going to be with the sound of horns and the broadcasters on NBC or wherever the hell this is played on, what they're going to cover that with.
Yeah, that's if they were to do that and they got the horns loud enough to just go through the entire, like you could hear them through the broadcast, that would just be the best.
Oh, they would just be saying, "Look, they're cheering for you. Let's go, Brandon."
Is it?
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. All right.
It's called SoFi. Is that a dome or is it outside? It's like an outdoor stadium. I'd imagine if it's in LA, it's probably an outdoor stadium. So you'd easily be heard. You could easily be heard, especially if it's not in a Superdome or something like that. I really think that there's an opportunity here to make a major statement that they can't do anything but help cover in the mainstream. I don't know how long it takes to mobilize, but damn, that would be so cool if they were able to like shut down or seriously affect the broadcasting of the Super Bowl. That would be just absolutely amazing. Thank you to 123 RMW says, love you guys. God bless. Rana needs to go. I completely agree. She is absolutely useless. And really, we should cut ties with the entire Romney bloodline, I think, as a country, or at least in the, from the stance of being in politics. I think we've had enough of the Romneys up and down, and just one of those bloodlines. I feel like we could retire from government, at least for a few generations. Mez says, some people will never like you because your Holy Spirit irritates their demons. Yes, right on. Thank you for the cookie, Mez. E Breeze hooking us up with the can. Thank you, E Breeze. Mistborn with the cookie says, thank you for it too. It'll be my focus for a while. Well, they're blessed to have you supporting them, man. They're very, very blessed to have you supporting you. You're an extremely generous individual, Mistborn. So best of luck with that. I hope that West Coast truckers heard that idea. Me too, Floyd. Me too. That would be such an awesome thing to happen. I'm not holding my breath, obviously, but I was just thinking, like, man, what would be in the short term the best use of something like that? And you just have a wonderful, wonderful platform right there with the Super Bowl coming up. Let's go over to the Epoch Times for this one, and the drama continues over on Spotify. So we have Crosby, Stills joins Nash and Young in protest over Joe Rogan's Spotify podcast. So David Crosby and Stephen Stills announced they stood in solidarity with former bandmates Neil Young and Graham Nash, who both recently asked to pull their music from Spotify in protest of Joe Rogan's podcast. Quote, we support Neil and we agree with him that there are dangerous disinformation being aired on Spotify's Joe Rogan podcast. The members of the broken up band wrote in a statement, they did not elaborate on what disinformation is being allegedly pushed on Rogan's show. Yeah, go fucking figure. Quote, we will always value alternate points of view. Knowingly spreading disinformation during this global pandemic has deadly consequences. They added, again, without providing evidence of the alleged disinformation. Until real action is taken to show that a concern for humanity must be balanced with commerce, we don't want our music or the music we made together to be on the same platform. And I'm so glad that this is happening right now for so many reasons. It's a real inflection point. I feel like this with Rogan on Spotify is very, very similar to what you're seeing with the trucking convoy in Ottawa. You're being forced now in the mainstream to have these conversations in a way that can't be slanted or be used against like a Donald Trump or something like that. Like this is a guy who crosses all political boundaries. He has fans from left to right, anarchist to communist. He has fans all over. And they can't kind of put him on a team and then dismiss him the way they would with so many others. So it's a great moment, and I'm really glad that there's an opportunity for people like Neil Young, David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash. I am really, really glad that there's an opportunity for these people to put on the record who they really are, put on the record what kind of people they are, because history is going to tell a story about these individuals and all of the goodwill that they've done with their music. And although I'm not a fan of really any of their music, especially not Neil Young, but I just have a feeling that they're going to be remembered. They're going to be remembered as the fascists that tried to hold their art hostage from the in order to force a big pharma poison. You know, they're destroying their legacies, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy to watch these arrogant, pompous, just self-absorbed, egotistical maniacs.
Ignorant. Ignorant.
It makes me happy to watch them cut their nose off despite their face and trash their legacy. I hope that history only remembers them by how evil and wrong they were. Not evil, because I don't know, maybe they in their heart of hearts they truly think Joe Rogan's doing something dangerous, and if that's what they think, then I guess they're in their mind they're probably doing the right thing. But I'm glad to see them choose their side of history. I'm glad to see that this is going to be out there for people to understand. And I don't know, this is an exciting good Spectre.
Well, I was going to say, you know, as much as we learned about Neil Young and who he cucked out to, you know, good for him. You know, same is probably true of most of these folks that have sold the rights to their music, which, by the way, you know, Neil Young, if you follow the money in that, ends up back to Blackstone Group and everything else, and a former Pfizer CEO. You can understand why they're doing what they're doing. I would imagine some of these other artists are in the same boat, and they've sold themselves out for money. So there's that aspect. And wait, it gets better. Have you seen the headline out here along Spotify's lines here today that not only the Crosby, Stills, Nash side are doing this, but the Obamas are looking to ditch Spotify over Rogan's controversy and other issues as well.
Please don't go.
And it gets even better than that, you say. Barbara Streisand will be doing the same thing.
The Streisand effect. The literal Streisand effect.
Literal.
Yes. Why are you doing Streisand? Because I don't want you to watch that over there.
It's beautiful. I tell you, these people, their hypocrisy knows no bounds.
I think at this point they're just jumping on the bandwagon of supporting quote unquote each other from ignorance.
This is okay.
No, I mean it's when they can't tell you what the disinfo or misinfo or the lie, even if they consider it a lie, when they can't enumerate at least one, they're coming from ignorance or just jumping on the bandwagon. And I don't mean the limelight, and a lot of this could be limelight too, right? It's like, hey, this is notoriety, and most of these people are never in the news anymore. You know, never in the headlines anymore.
Well, and here's another thing too, Homesteader, is who owns Spotify again? Where are they based out of?
I don't know.
Sweden. They're based out of Sweden. What have we learned about Sweden through all this business, by the way? Did they follow the rest of the world? Nope. Did you hear anything about Sweden in the news via the Mockingbird media?
Right.
Nope.
They're
Did they
the
mask up?
anomaly in Europe.
Nope.
Right?
Did they bow and do lockdowns like every other stinking country in the world?
Quite
Nope.
the contrary.
And guess what? Sweden has basically opened up here in recent days and says, carte blanche, here you go. We're doing away with all of it. So what's really happening with Spotify, in my opinion, is just a good old-fashioned cleansing, an enema of sorts. We're getting rid of all the shit, and we're going to be left with all the good stuff.
I love it. I love it. I think this is so needed, and it's going to break. It's going to break the whole internet censorship. Well, for one, what I really love is that one of two things is going to happen here, and either way, I think it's fantastic. You're going to see more and more of these artists who are really spokespeople for big pharma, big corporation, the state. I believe a lot of these people are in some ways, placed in front of us. They don't really, aren't just, legitimate grassroots celebrity, if you will. I think more and more you're going to see these people, threaten Spotify or come out and speak out in certain ways. And it's going to be like what Q said, right? Back in the day, they thought you would follow the stars.
Yep.
And it just people don't care. So you're going to have more and more of these state-sponsored, personalities, essentially, musicians, actors, and whatnot, all kind of attach themselves to this, where they're like, well, you do it our way, or we're not going to perform, or we're not going to let you use our music, or you're not going to do this. One of two things going to happen. People are going to say, you're out of touch, the fuck with you. We don't care. There's just so many brilliant artists and musicians and people out there that you're all replaceable. Beyonce through the Backstreet Boys, you're all replaceable. There's people out there just as talented that just don't want to sell their soul. You removing yourself is only going to leave room for hundreds, if not thousands, of more talented, more based, value driven, artists to take your spot and the attention that was being wasted on you. So fine. Or Spotify is going to cave to these people and they're going to break their contract with Joe Rogan, in which case Joe Rogan, I think, would likely run to a place like Rumble, sending that platform to the stratosphere and causing YouTube all kind of headaches and then forcing the next stage of all of this to kind of take place. So whichever way happens, I'm thrilled, because there's really no good ending for the deep state or the establishment with the position they're in right now with the Joe Rogan situation. It is a lose-lose situation with them.
Good segue for where I want to go next. And I just had this brilliant idea. Think of what has happened with Truth Social, the SPAC, and the formulation of Truth Social, Devin Nunes at the head, and everything else. What happened? We saw that Truth Social formed an alliance with Rumble. Mm-hmm. Rumble, are they US based? Nope, they're Canadian based. Well, what would happen if we just plant a little seed in old Nunes's ear here to say, hey, Nunes, why don't you take old Truth Social, form a little alliance with old Spotify, Swedish based? Let's watch the rats jump off the ship ever quicker, shall we?
And that'd be cool. That would be really, really cool.
That would be a major, from a perspective of worldwide coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, hardware-wise, environment-wise, what I'm talking about. Because obviously, with the internet, it doesn't really matter. But from a capacity perspective, Yahoo.
So you would build a juggernaut like none other, exactly, that Facebook and the Twitters and the like could not contend with. And, exactly, you think about it with Spotify, they don't make money on the songs that are over there. They lose money every time somebody plays one of these jokers' songs. They have to pay royalties on all that. So the only way they're technically making money to cover all of their expenses at this point are through the likes of having these multi-million-dollar deals and ad campaigns and that go along with the Joe Rogan experiences and all these other podcasts. Right. So I think it makes sense from a digital platform standpoint, have it be all encompassing, whether it be Rumble, whether it be Spotify, tie that in with Truth Social, wadley da, away you go.
Well, you got it in both ways, right? From the music genre and the video genre.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have the potential for the Facebook-like kind of thing, right? Bridging the two.
Yep. Oh shoot! I just realized we're still on YouTube. Holy crap!
That's all right.
Yeah, I don't think we said anything. I don't think we said anything that's gonna upset Susan, but I am gonna go ahead and say goodbye to the YouTube.
No, we just probably gave her a hint. Oh my God, my demise is coming.
Yeah. Anyway, so all of you out there watching on YouTube, we got links below for you to find other places to enjoy the remainder of the show. If you're watching live,
441 on Rumble.
Very cool. Yeah. So if you're watching live, go check out either the Foxhole D Live or Rumble. If you're watching on replay, Rumble is probably the closest thing to what you're used to if you're on YouTube. But either way, we got Cloud Hub, Rumble, D Live, and of course the foxholepill.net, our comfiest of bunkers, linked below in the YouTube chat. So all of you out there on YouTube, I hope you guys will pick another platform and come hang out with us over there. Otherwise, let's go ahead and shut that down before Susan.
Bye, Susan.
Yes, bye, Susan.
Yeah, FSW.